Hey guys, good evening. It is Wednesday evening here in the garage. Outside right now, I think they're saying it's like, my truck was saying 13, with the wind chill it's like 7. It's actually pretty cold out. In the garage here, when I got home like 20 minutes ago, I started the heater and it's up to 28. So what's going on, Kirk? So let me tell you about the parts. I wish I would have done this in the beginning with the recoil. So in Big Lake, there's a Strike Master place, and yes, round 2, and I just went right there. They actually built it. They built it there. There's a tag on the auger itself that says "Made in Big Lake." So I got an auger cover. This is the cheapest one that I found. Like around here, I've been keeping my eye open for 2 years. $21.99. So that's a pretty good deal. And who said that? Bubba Crab. It's 2:20 a.m. but I just got off of work, so for me it's like 4 in the afternoon. Why not? Yeah, I mean, you guys are up, right? So then I got, let me just pull it all out of their bag here. I think that's all of it. So I got a new fuel line, because I thought if I'm going to replace parts, I want to replace them all. 2 of the fuel line clamps. The old ones were good, but I wanted to just update it. That way I wouldn't have to tear into it, hopefully. And then the little plastic fuel inlet nipple, which was the actual part that broke. So, got to get you guys set up here and button this baby back together. We did last time. We got the recoil going good, so that's all taken care of. Yeah, we just have to get the fuel line and junk on there. We'll be good to go. There's my hat. I've been looking for my hat. Super clean the carb? No. I don't think so. I think it'll be fine. I don't have like, I don't really think I have anything to really clean it with, in all honesty. Let me grab something to wheel on here. And let's get to her. So I'll just go about this one piece at a time. So this is the little plastic fuel inlet, and the nice part is it's an original Tecumseh part, and I think this could have possibly been the reason why this bad boy was leaking last year. This is what it looks like. The bigger portion goes on the carburetor. So we got all that. Grab one of these little fuel line deals, and we'll get these all put on here. Let me go grab my other pliers. If you have, you know, a bunch of pliers, this is like the best one. It's, I believe they call it a lineman's pliers. But just always seems to be the most handy one, and one of the better ones that you can get a grip on everything with. So I put the one on there. Got one more. This is what these look like. I don't know if I just showed you guys, but by the way, my black and blue nail, I ripped the black and blue part off, and there's a little nail underneath it. So we're just going to squish this. I went to some of the local lakes here last weekend, and there was people that had been fishing on there, so. Oh no, please tell me that's not the wrong size. Oh wait. I think I probably just have to kind of push it on there. shoot. Alright. We'll do a little investigating. Let me go grab the other one. We'll go grab the other one out of the truck and see. Might be the wrong size, I hope not. I'm imagining I just have to get it on there some weird way. No, this one looks about the same size. There she goes. My dad is, it's just kind of the lull in between seasons, so really isn't doing a whole lot. No, these are the same size, so it must just be almost looks like it has like a collar on it, like you just have to push it on there, but ooh, I better turn up that heater. My propane's really low too, which doesn't help. Like, my propane is on the verge of going out. God, it's cold out there. Trying to see here if there is any other, like if I'm trying to put it on the wrong spot, but that is the spot. Yeah, it's just a little collar. It's a new one. Yeah, the old one goes over the whole entire thing. Like, maybe I can give you guys a glimpse. This is the small little part that it goes on, and the old one, which is cracked, goes on and over, and I believe it faces that way. So all I have to do is get the new one on like that, facing the same way. Cold. Oh, Lord. Afraid I'm gonna like bust this thing too. Oh, God. Ugh. But it's definitely like just a little collar deal. Fuel pump? No, this is just a little tiny elbow that fits on there. And then this connects to that, and it goes to the gas tank. Don't feel like this would screw on. I don't want to take this whole carburetor off, but if I have to. Small engine repair too delicate. Yeah, you definitely have to have a little bit of patience, eh? This carburetor, I'm looking in it, it doesn't look like it's gummed up, or put the elbow on the line first. I hope I don't break this thing, because that's a 35-minute drive that I'd rather not do again. For this part, it costed, I think, under $3. So that's a long drive for a $3 part. Make sure we don't put it on the old one. If you guys wonder why I'm always touching the phone, I'm doing that because I'm reading your comments. I suppose this would be probably easier to do now than later. So we'll make it easier to put on the carb. Okay. We'll give it a try. There. Okay, we get that on there. One of those give me two just in case. Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be this finicky though. It was cool though because going to a place where they make them, they actually like know what's going on. So like I called around some local places here and was like, hey, do you think you can get me these parts? And all those people were like, oh yeah, just bring me the model number, we'll see if we have them, yada yada. But I called this place over the phone and they're like, yes, we have them, come in and get them. So that's kind of the nice part. Oh god, I am like, my propane flame is so small in that thing. I know, this doesn't seem like a good idea, does it? It's not a thread. Yeah, I am out of propane. Look to be the same size. Here's our little carburetor. Yeah, she doesn't look that bad. There's not much going on in here. Although that looks gummed up bad. Okay. Like really bad. Let me try to blow it out. Put another piece of fuel line on it. Oh man, yeah, that's freaking bad. Yep, I'm thinking the same thing, Kirk. We better take care of that first. Let's see, I need a wire from the wire brush. That's hanging out somewhere around here. Of course, this is one of the coldest nights so far. And tonight is, of course, the night the propane dies. Good thing I bought these bibs. Okay, so all you have to do to clean one of these is you can try compressed air, but what you can also do, take a wire off of a wire brush, straighten it out. Then if you take your needle nose and just put little tiny zigzags in it. You can barely see that. But what that does is it kind of scrapes the edges. Of course, now I look at it and it doesn't look like it has anything in it. Okay, try this again. Yeah, that's still in there. Of course, it's so dang cold. Okay, maybe we can give her just a spurt of the isopropyl alcohol down it. There's no That'll eat away. Put my mouth on this, but I'd probably kill myself. Yeah, it's pretty strong stuff. Okay, well the little wire brush wasn't super the wire brush didn't take up a lot of room in there. So, see if we can get one of these star-headed screwdrivers in there. It's pretty small though. I had a tiny screwdriver here the other day for like glasses. Here it is. Even that's too big. Okay. We'll find something we can jam in there. Let's see, we got a nail. Small screw. Alright. Try the nail first. Still too big. Those are both too big. Oh, the joy. Let's see. Actually, I think I have an idea. How about a drill bit? Something that I can get in there and twist, and maybe it'll pull some of that gunk out of there. I'm figuring, remember, if you guys watched the other one, which some of you may have, it did not want to run very good. It would run a little bit, and I'm imagining this is kind of something to do with that. I think I'll kick on my air compressor. We can blow some air through this. Because this is just going in. There might be a little plug of stuff in there. Let me get the air compressor going. Alright, we'll get this going here. while to find the air chuck. Okay. Even that felt a little restricted. Woke my dog up. What do I want for Christmas? I don't know. I had an Amazon list I put out there this year, and hopefully people in the family would have looked to it. Oh, I just stabbed myself right in the finger. Getting air through there, so I'm gonna give that a try. Give that a try. Okay, as long as we get this little plastic fitting on here. What I had to remember there is all the carburetors I've worked on in the past, you know, you can blow loads of air through them. This little bad boy, it don't take much. It doesn't take much to run this small of a motor. Oh, why does that not seem to want to fit on there? Just has a little collar, but it's not. It's definitely pressed on there. So I'm assuming we did get it to kind of fire off. So I'm assuming that that little clump of junk is maybe our culprit. Am I gonna have to get out my big boy vice grips and press this thing on here? I want a Savage Axis 308. My dad loves that Savage. Where is my vice grips? This is my favorite, probably one of my actually more commonly used tools that I have out here. It's this locking vice grip. They're about like 20 bucks, but the locking feature is really worth it because it comes in handy all the time. Because one thing I don't like about normal vice grips is they do always tend to slip. Oh man. And a deep toolbox for my truck. My truck came with the tonneau cover, and I really do like the tonneau cover, but I almost wish it didn't come with the tonneau cover. I'd much rather have like a topper. What was that? Patty asked, has he said anything about where and what his dad is doing? My dad is finishing up his work here in Minnesota. I think I just got it. He's finishing up his workload here in Minnesota. Kind of drug into the winter. Yeah, I just got her. At least I think I got it. It went on so tight. I'm gonna just say I got it. He's finishing up his work in Minnesota here, and then I believe after, when did he say he was gonna go down? I think he said he was gonna go down to Louisiana in kind of the end of January. That's when his work's gonna be done. And he'll be heading down there for a while, like he does every winter, spending time with Melissa. They're hopefully going to button up that house. And then I think he's going to come back up in February at some point. Well, Dedro3 asked, if you guys wonder why I always try to say your name and then why I try to do your like comment, ask your question, is when it's not live, you can't see that. So I try to say your name so that people, when they rewatch this, know what's going on. But we got everything under control in there. I hope we do. Oh yeah. Well, we got the opportunity, or the offer, I guess you'd say, this year. But with the wedding and everything that's been going on, it just wasn't a good time because I don't have any vacation to spare because we're going to be doing the honeymoon, so I'm saving out all my vacation for that. And nor did we have the money to spare with this whole wedding going on to get the plane tickets to go down there and hang out. We will eventually, hopefully, go down there. But, yeah. That's kind of the gist of that, I guess you'd say. Get on there, you stinking fuel line. It's pretty tight. Doesn't make this any better that it's really cold out here. It's really cold out here, so fingers are not as strong as they normally would be. And everything doesn't want to move quite like it would if it was warm. Come on. That heater, she's still putting, but yes, weddings are a priority. I understand. Oh well, plenty of time to make a visit later. No manual start, otherwise check power to starter. I don't know what that's all about. I guess I wasn't paying attention for that. Alright, get that on there. That's right. Get that up. It's all coming back to me a little bit more now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know, Gino. I have no idea what you guys are chatting about, but perfect. All right, now we need the two. Let's see. Kirk asked, "What does your dad use for an auger?" My dad uses, I believe, a Jiffy auger, and he seems to like it quite a bit. His last one, I believe, was a Jiffy as well. But his last one died because it got bent while drilling a hole. You never seen a jiffy? They're really common up here. Maybe not so much where you're at. Well, I can't remember where you're from. And what was the other question? That was a long one. Like your dad's Louisiana videos. I give him crap for wearing his Skechers in the Minnesota winter, but wearing them when he walks around the bayou wetland is cray-cray. Yeah, he should get some like snake boots or something. Okay, take this down. You have to put the air cleaner back on and a little bit of fuel. Not going to fill it up full because if I have to take this all off, it'll be a pain in the rump. See, it's all coming back to me now. Needs alligator boots is right. My dad's just not exactly the like enthused safety person, I guess you'd say. Kind of just does his own thing. Okay, so there's that, and now we just have this. I have a Strike Master 8-inch. Yeah, this one here I think is a 10-inch. Pretty sure it's a 10-inch. I bought a 10-inch cap for it. I know it's a little bit of a bigger one. A lot of people swear by those 8-inch sized ones though, because they say they're so much faster, and I can see it, you know. Makes sense why it's faster. But this one here, last year I installed new blades on it. I had to get a flathead screwdriver. I installed new blades on this baby last year, so she is pretty much all set to go as soon as we get this all figured out. Just getting the cover on for the air filter. Someone said the air filter's dirty, but I don't have another one, so we're gonna run it right now. What does your bottom? Mine, yeah, mine's got a point as well, which I really enjoy. Okay, so that is all of that. And actually, let's put this cap on here so that I can set it on the ground. Last year when I went fishing with my dad, that video where we got skunked, we didn't get anything. I got a tape measure somewhere here, we can measure that. Last year when we did that, I had just bought new blades for this bad boy. That was like the first or second time. Yeah, it's a 10-inch. Oops. And I was taking off my homemade cover, which happened to be a small bungee cord with, sounds bad, but a small bungee with, that was awful. Small bungee cord with, of course this doesn't want to fit, with some cardboard, and I sliced myself on this thing real good. It was not a good time. We just have to get on there enough, I suppose. There we go. It'll stretch out. It's a big generator, so unfortunately no matter start stops to do about the ink off the truck and scrap it. Ice auger cost. What does an ice auger cost compared to a steel chainsaw? Well, a brand new ice auger is like 300 bucks. And no, it's fine. in a steel chainsaw, it's probably their entry level is probably $300, like a small one. So similar, but for like $300 you can get what I would consider a very decent ice auger. So, all right. Now, everything I think is gonna work. We're gonna get some fuel in this pup, and we're gonna start it up. So I just need to find my 1 gallon fuel. I'm gonna set this on the ground for a minute. I don't like that cover at all. It was the only 10-inch cover they had, so I figured it was probably the right one. There's the fuel. This is relatively new fuel. Shaking it up good. It's my gas mix. We're just gonna put a dabble in here. Oh, I plan on waking up everybody. I don't care. Give that a go. Just a little bit. I already ran my air compressor. That's loud. My cover's kind of shifted on me. I'm gonna fix this cover here because if it's spinning, I don't want it to catch my shoe or something. That's better. All right. I think we're good now. I think we got it to fit. So, I put like dang half a tank of gas in this thing. And kind of has a weird design, like gas tank wise. Like the nipple comes out of the bottom, has to run all the way up. It's very weird. All right, let's give her a couple pulls. See if it'll choke it. See if it's sucking fuel in. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds okay. Oh, that's a good feeling. I wanted the rudder wide open to try to suck some fuel through this bad boy. Ugh. How about that, guys? What do you think? Kill the choke, yeah. Boys and their toys. I've tried some fuel. Trying to see. Let's see. Have you ever tried to mix fuel? I've never had that. This particular model comes wanting 24 to 1. I believe the mixture I have is like 50 to 1. So I have to look at this thing. Hold on. Look at how small these little flames are. She's just barely holding on. I should just start my torch. I think my torch has a bigger flame. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so this fuel can is almost empty. And I'm going to go fill it up and get some fresh fuel put in there, along with the 24 to 1, which I believe that to be about double the oil. So I double the oil of what I have been putting in. So I have to look it up though. Patty says, oh, that isn't very loud sounding. It's freaking loud. No, I don't want to. But the thing is, let's see, when I was fixing up that moped, and I also had to fix up that pressure washer, and I had to fix up the lawnmower, you kind of learn, you know, like the three basics of any motor is going to be your fuel, air, and spark. So, okay, you got fuel. Do you have air? Do you have spark? So for the moped, I had fuel and I had air, or I had fuel and spark. Pulled out the air cleaner, she ran mint. That needed new dogs, which are the little catch type things. They look like, I have a set sitting somewhere here. These little catch things. And then that needed a carburetor clean. So through it all, it's like, okay, all right, I can figure this out. So good luck with your fix, Zach, and tell your dad he needs to upload again. Love all yours and his videos. Thank you, Yosemite William. On my Strike Master, it says to use regular. Chris. Oh. Yeah, see. Oh, she's a heavy bitch. Where does it say it on here? Here. Right below the TC2, it says mix 24:1. But it is good that I'm mixing a light batch right now because of the gunky crap that was in there. It will help kind of burn some of that out. But it seemed to be even idling good, so yeah. Anyways, I put a little too much fuel in there. I forget how small this tank is. It's pretty tiny. But so we got the cover. Now, individual that watches the channel a lot, his name is Ryan Frank. He said, check out the, I think it's called a Schmitty sled. So I looked it up, and all it is, it's you take two cross-country skis and you build up from there, and you build it up like a foot off the ground, and then you put like your plastic bin on it. And I'm thinking I can make something similar to it. So we're gonna see about that. If I can find a good pair of skis for cheap, we're gonna see about that. Hey William, Ant trolls, you needed to deal with me. So good. We have our fish finder, we have our auger, we have our house. I've really came a decent way in the last 3 years as regards to ice fishing. I put some skis on that motorbike. Oh my god. 3 years ago, all I had was 2 dead sticks. And then I got a case for my rods. And then I got 2 actual rods. I got a tip up, and a lot of these things have been given to me as like Christmas gifts and stuff like that. I did buy my Eskimo house. I did buy the Strike Master, this auger here. I bought that, but I bought it used from a guy at work. It was 110 or 120 bucks. I bought that last year, and so every year I try to make more of a commitment to it, and now for my birthday I got a GoPro camera from Samantha, which is awesome. So what I plan on doing is we're gonna go out ice fishing, and I have next week off of work, so I'm hoping that I can get out there a couple times. J&T Wildlife, I would show you the tackle, but it's out in the truck, and I don't feel like going and digging because my tailgate's locked and everything else. So I will show you guys that. But I plan on having the GoPro on. I'm going to have, of course, my regular camcorder camera, and we're gonna go out. And I got the fish finder this year, which is really, really good. And I plan on making quite a few ice fishing videos for you guys. And I'm gonna try to make ice fishing. This is gonna sound weird, but like my specialty, right? My dad has a lot of specialties on the channel, and I can't duplicate his, I suppose you'd call it, quality. So I'm gonna look into getting some. We use Windows Movie Maker, so I'm gonna look into upgrading that as well, and that way